Hi, Sari from Parent Plus. Just a quick video. Yesterday I was uploading some information in our academy, the overthinking module, which is the third month in our academy, and some ladies are now, it's been 3 months since we launched it, so some of our ladies are now hitting month 3. And it really got me thinking, because when I was uploading it, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be really useful and they're going to really benefit from this. It's more for the parents, I suppose, as it is for the adults. And then I was thinking, like, why is that? Why am I thinking that this is going to be, one of the modules that's really, really useful? And it's because we all overthink at times. It's almost like a hazard of the job that as a parent, we worry, and we constantly worry. And so I think sometimes it's important to give yourself the day off from worrying about your children. Forget about worrying about them just for a day. I can promise you that if you give yourself a day off from worrying, the worries will still be there tomorrow, so you can come back to them. You can pick them back up the next day. A lot of the things that we worry about with our children are not stuff that's going to get resolved in a day or an afternoon or an hour. They're things that are ongoing, things that we need to deal with. So really we do need to give ourselves a break from the kind of incessant worry about, what we can do and how they're going to be and what's going to happen. And it also got me thinking a lot. I've got some brilliant friends, some fantastic friends who are parents. And, as anything, we'll go out and we'll enjoy ourselves, and we might not even talk about the kids, which is great. But obviously we do talk about our children a lot as well. And one thing that's for sure is that we all worry, and it can be about different things. And when we stop worrying about one thing, we start worrying about another thing. So my daughter's now at the age where she's starting to want to think about, that she's going to be going to secondary school and she's going to be making her own way potentially there and back. And at the moment she doesn't go anywhere on her own. So it's about building that up. And that's a worry. Whereas probably I can't even remember what I would have been worrying about 6 months ago, but it would have been something, I can assure you. And the fact that I can't remember what that was shows that it passes, and we go through stages with our children. So you need to give yourself the day off from worrying, and you can give yourself the day off by, write a list of all your worries and keep them to one side and tell yourself you'll pick them up the next day. Have a day off. Sounds awful, this. I'm not saying obviously you're not going to care about your children, but have a day off from the caring sense of the worrying. Take the day off from it. Pick it back up tomorrow if you want, because what you might find is from having a day off can sometimes give you another perspective and can make you feel a bit more grounded, and the worry might not be as intense actually the next day. It might come back the day after, that's fine. But it's really important that every now and then, or as often as you can, but at least every now and then, that you take the day off from that worry, because it's not going anywhere. As parents, we're going to worry for life. We're going to worry continuously about our children. It's going to be one thing after the next. It's almost like it's part of our duty to worry. And it's almost like, well, if I'm not worrying, then there's something wrong with me. Do I not care about my children, or whatever it is? But it just goes round and round in cycles. So you need to take the day off from worrying. Literally, you need to tell yourself mentally, I'm having the day off today from worrying. So if my child says something that triggers something, I'm going to say to myself, do you know what? I'll think about this tomorrow because I'm having the day off today. And I'm not going to focus on it, and I'm not going to worry today. So if that means you need to distract from it, or you just, you switch off, or whatever it is that you do, however you manage that, take the day off from it. You can go back to it the next day. Okay. So yeah, so challenge you to take the day off. I'm going to take the day off tomorrow, I think. I'm going to write a list later of everything that I need to do, things that might be bothering me. And tomorrow is a day off from the worry. And I'm just going to not act as if I'm child free, because I'm not, and I'm going to a cheerleading competition tomorrow, so I'm certainly not going to be child free, but I'm not going to worry. So yeah, so I invite you to do the same. Have a day off whenever it is you want, and you can, like I say, you can pick it back up the next day, because it's not about saying we're going to completely get rid of all our thoughts and worries. That's not realistic, but it's about learning to manage them, control them, and actually realise that we can take the day off and we can give ourselves a bit of a break. So have a think about how often you give yourself the day off from worry and what you can do in order to start getting the day off from that. Take it as a holiday. Okay, so we need, like you would if you were in work, we need parent holidays. And often what will happen is if we do get a practical time away from children, you might go a bit wild. It might be that you're on a night out, or it might be, and sometimes, yeah, that's a distraction, but then we go straight back into worrying. So sometimes it's quite nice to just carry on with your normal day-to-day life and even be around your children, but give yourself permission that you're not going to worry and you're not going to focus on every little thing. So yeah, so as I say, just uploading that last night, the overthinking module, just really got me thinking, got me overthinking probably. So yeah, I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers.